Good morning, everyone, or GM, I guess I should say, to this crowd. My name is Josh Rio, and I'm a core contributor at Game7. And I've been working in the Ethereum ecosystem since about 2017. Previously, I was a senior product designer at Radar Relay, DDEX, MakerDAO, and Reflexive Finance, and a couple of other things in between. At Game7, I work on a number of strategic projects, one of which I will be presenting to you in a moment, called Summon. But before we dive into that, I want to take a moment to introduce those to Game7 who may not be familiar with us. So Game7 was created to accelerate the adoption of Web3 gaming. And today, we're a diverse community of gamers and developers who are passionate about the future of GameFi. We, like many other people here, believe that gaming will be a catalyst for mainstream adoption. But we also identified a number of unsustainable practices early on that we thought could prevent that from happening. So a year or so ago, we made a public proposal outlining our vision for the future of Web3 gaming. Following that, both BitDAO and Forte both committed funding to us to help us solve these challenges and to achieve our vision. And at its simplest, our mission is to make Web3 gaming more sustainable by collaborating with the community to define standards, to fund open source software, and to create more harmony between developers and gamers. And with such a large treasury, we believe that DAOs offer the perfect mechanism to create public goods that can be owned by many. But the question is, how can we do this in a fair way that provides equal opportunity to all? And over the years, there's been many amazing DAOs, and we've seen many amazing primitives be developed by the likes of MakerDAO and Moloch. But as we all know, there's so much more that we can do. I often make the joke in my line of work that everybody wants to start a DAO, but no one wants to run one. And like all jokes, there's a lot of truth to that. And I think one of the reasons for this is that people underestimate how insanely difficult it is to get anonymous users from all over the world with different backgrounds, cultures, languages, and ideas to collaborate towards a common vision. Another reason why no one wants to run a DAO is that the tools that you need to manage your community are limited at best, non-existent at worst, and what does work is clunky and difficult to use. And I believe this is happening because we're not collaborating together. Everyone is competing against one another, and this is meaning that we are developing in isolation. And what this is creating is hyperfragmentation. We're only a few years into genuine DAO adoption, and this is already unsustainable and unscalable. But at the same time, I don't think that we can be too harsh on our tool creators, because at the end of the day, our tools are simply a reflection of our own imaginations. So if we want better tools, we need to think bigger. And that's what we've been trying to do at Game7. So we started off by asking ourselves this. If we start from scratch, what would the perfect governance solution look like? And how could we build a tool that was fair, transparent, merit-based, and provided equal opportunity? And over the last few months, we believe that we've started to answer this question. And we have developed an internal platform called Summon, which is a meritocracy protocol that tracks, measures, and rewards contributors. And the idea behind Summon is insanely simple. Build a tool that gives power to the people and reward those who invest time and effort as opposed to only those who only invest cash and capital. And while that may sound great in theory, there's still a number of challenges when you want to develop a system like this. Because if you want to reward contributors, then you have to define what a contribution actually is. And in this day and age, that could be virtually anything. So that's why we engineered Summon to meet the community where it's at. And it is, technologically speaking, agnostic. That means it works with online or offline events, works with Web 2 or Web 3, with L1s, L2s, and even L3s whenever they may be ready. And we built it this way because the underlying philosophy of this system was that it was built to complement and not to compete with everyone building in this space. And in addition to rich integrations, we've also added rich game features such as XP, rank, achievements, and crafting. And Summon achieves this by making use of the soul-bound token that evolves with you. It's aware of your contributions and unlocks status, access, and rewards in real time. So what that means is as you make some open source contribution, attend an event like ETHDenver, play a game, or even retweet your favorite DAO, you will be acknowledged and rewarded for this in real time. That means that DAOs can now gamify their governance, making participation and collaboration engaging and fun, just like it was always supposed to be. It means that the average person can earn their way to having a meaningful stay and being a stakeholder in the future of a DAO in a community, as opposed to only rich insiders. So I know I've outlined quite a lot here, so let's pray to the demo gods and show how Game 7 is using Summon to power their DAO. So this here is the Game 7 governance dashboard. You can see over here you have a very beautifully designed 3D avatar, which is your soulbound token. Here you can come through and begin to customize your avatar to make it look however you want. This inventory here is all made up of NFTs. And so we're going to go through and start to customize this and make it look however we want to make it look. So let's come through here and then equip a hat to my avatar. We can play around with different colors, and then we can choose the one that we like, and then add it to the preview. Next, I'm going to unequip some sunglasses and add some new ones. So let's take these off and equip some Thug Life glasses, because why the hell not? Once we've finished this, we can click back, and then we can mint our NFT, and everything gets submitted on-chain. Once finished, I can come through and see the final output of my hard work, spin it around, and do some fancy stuff. Like all apps, there's light modes and dark modes, so you can have a modern experience. And on the right-hand side here, we have your player statistics. Now, this is important because I said that this NFT will unlock status, access, and rewards in real time. And you can see on the right-hand side here, you have rank, XP, achievements, and skills. So let's take a look around the rest of the platform and see what we have going on here. Like most governance platforms, you can see some proposals. These are coming in from Charmverse, one of the integrations that we have. I can come through here and then click on a proposal, and I can see more details about what this entails. Now, on the right-hand side here is an important note needs to be made, as this is the voting mechanics of this proposal. You can see the opening and closing date, and you can see an important metric here, which is called your required rank. That means in order to vote on this, you have to have a rank, which means you've had to make a contribution. And so what this is doing is contextualizing the proposals that a DAO is offering to its community. And this is moving away from this one token, one vote models. It also means that you can configure your proposals so that the more consequential they are, the greater your rank needs to be, the more contributions that you have to make. So we spoke a lot about rank and XP, but how do you actually increase that? You can come over to the Quest platform here, and this is effectively a choose-your-own-adventure where you can decide how you want to contribute. You can quickly come into the rank section, and you can see all of the associated levels, and within each level, you'll see a number of tasks that you can go through in order to make a contribution. Now I want to back up just a little bit and introduce you to the skill trees. So what are skill trees? Skill trees are the internal functions of the Game 7 DAO, and this is how we externalize the function and the operations of this DAO. Right now, you can see ways that you can earn skill trees for quests, as well as the ways to deploy strategic capital into ventures. But with a short jump, you can see that you could obviously include things like operations, marketing, as well as community. So let's just jump quickly into one of these skill trees and take a look at what it's like. So let's say you want to learn how to deploy capital to grant recipients for technology grants. I can come through here and I can see 7 different levels. What this does is gives you a transparent pathway to being a stakeholder and a decision maker for this DAO. Now I can come back into the skills, come back up into the quests, and let's take a look at a very specific quest like onboarding. Onboarding, as you all know, is a very difficult thing within Web3 communities. So let's take a look at how Game 7 is handling this. In here, I can come to my home page, see a nice, beautiful image. I can then also make my way and look through the tasks. I can see all of the descriptions and what is entailed. And on the right-hand side here, I can see the amount of XP that I will earn. Now, obviously, with no internet, I can't show you how this works today, but this is all live. And as you complete these in other platforms, you'll be credited this in real time. So the other thing that's important to note is that as you're going through and you're making contributions and completing tasks, you're earning both macro and micro achievements. A micro achievement we consider to be a material. So what is a material? A material is just like any other game, where you can earn these materials to craft them into new, rare, and unique items. So let's see how this works. I come through, I click on crafting, I can see a fancy animation, and then I can see a number of blueprints and recipes that I can mint from. I come through here, and I can see I need one essence, one little piece of leather, and I can see my current inventory. Once I click craft, this will be all submitted on chain, and then I'll be provided with my new soulbound token. From this, I can now equip this to my avatar. So let's see how we do that. I simply click back, go into the avatar, search through inventory, find those pants, and then equip them to my character. And so what this is a visual representation of your status and your identity within our community. And these NFTs are extremely flexible and can grow to scale to include things like weapons, background item elements, cars, vehicles, and all sorts of things. So that was a quick demo of this preview. Obviously, you can take your NFT into other platforms. If you're interested in downloading an image for all of your social platforms, you can come through here, update the perspective, and then save it to your device and upload it to another platform. So that is the Game 7 governance platform. This will be rolling out in the next few weeks to people who have signed up to our waitlist. If you're interested in joining the Game 7 Nation, please go to game7.io, find the waitlist, and then sign up there. So that was a quick demo of how Game 7 is leveraging Summon to decentralize its DAO and hand over control to the community. I think it's worth mentioning, if it wasn't already clear, that XP and rank are not monetary units. That means that they cannot be bought, sold, or transferred. They must be earned. And this is huge, because it allows you to experiment with your reward and with your community and to reward them with non-monetary rewards on day one, while giving you the space and time to design your tokenomics in a thoughtful way. Once designed, you can retroactively reward your most valuable contributors with pinpoint precision, making these one-dimensional airdrops a thing of the past. I know I've said a lot here, but I want to make one thing clear. The one token, one vote model is dead. We cannot entertain it as viable or sensible. Today, there are over 500 exchanges, 22,000 cryptocurrencies, 300 million users, and over $1 trillion of value. And there isn't a sophisticated governance solution for any of this. What that means is that this industry isn't decentralized, it's not autonomous, and as you all know, it sure as hell ain't organized. So our vision for Summon is to become the governance primitive for this entire industry. Summon will be available to DAOs and communities in the coming months, and we have a number of exciting partnerships that we'll be announcing soon, and we'd love to partner with tools, DAOs, and communities interested in integrating with Summon. We have a number of bounties at ETH Denver and beyond, and if you're interested, we'd encourage you to go to the Game 7 booth upstairs, and if you're remote, join our Discord so you can ask us anything about integrations, partnerships, and everything in between. So in closing, Summon wants to reinvent the way that we collaborate, so we can create societies that are fair, transparent, and meritocratic. The blockchain was supposed to be a trustless technology, but over the last year or so, we've been lied to and scammed by those who we trusted most. We've lost money, and some of us have lost faith. But we can't let these bad actors detract from the fact that the blockchain is a revolutionary tool for good. This era of false gods is over. The future will be led by collectives, not individuals, but to achieve this, we all have to learn how to summon the power of community. If you're interested in learning more about Summon or Game 7, you can go to summon.xyz or game7.io. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking time to listen to me. Thank you. Straight up, yeah, yeah. Straight up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Straight